This isn't a drill. This isn't a dream. Aston Villa actually in the next round of the FA Cup. We've been used to being knocked out of the third round of the FA Cup, humiliated, embarrassed, poor performances, poor lineups. But today, Aston Villa put out a strong team and got the rewards they deserved. Big up to everyone. This is my match reaction to Aston Villa 2, West Ham in the FA Cup third round. If you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are so close to hitting 14,000 subscribers, and any support along the way is appreciated. Smash a like. Let's aim for 50 likes for the Aston Villa win, and get in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on today's game, because that, again, was another tale of two halves. But we are now becoming the comeback kings. They had a stat in this game today that going into this, when Villa were 1-0 down, Aston Villa have received 12 points from losing positions in the Premier League this season. Basically meaning that we love giving the opposition a goal and then we come back and win. And once again, the same pattern performs again in the FA Cup. West Ham score an early goal, Aston Villa react, Aston Villa respond, Aston Villa win. And you have to ask the question, why is our first half performances so bad this season? So bad, so off the pace, so not to the level. We're lethargic, we're slow, we're not really understanding or managing the in-game scenario and situation as players. Unai then has to go in at half-time and try and retinker, readdress. And as Morgan Rogers has just said, telling the players to be patient. And it's like these Villa players know now that when they pull back that equaliser, they actually do have belief that they're going to go on and win the game. And I think that's a massive mentality thing at Aston Villa now, that if you know that we're not out the game and you're going to fight and you're going to battle and you're going to be determined, then that is also a strong attribute. So there are definitely some positives to take from today's performance. I'm really happy that Unai didn't mess around with the starting lineup. I'm happy he put out a really solid team. And there are some good performances out there. And I think a special mention needs to be said to Jacob Ramsey and, of course, Emi Buendia. I think both of those subs elevated the performance, elevated the levels of everyone else around them. And they brought energy and direction that was crying out for. But we also have to talk about some underperformers again today. Leon Bailey. We hoped that that goal against Leicester City would rejuvenate him, would bring him back to his best. He was woeful today, slipping and sliding everywhere. Ross Barkley goes off with an injury, which is unfortunate. But the other one for me, who, though his ball into Ollie Watkins punched into him to get that Morgan Rogers goal, Youri Tielemans. It is really clear to me that to get the best out of Youri Tielemans, he must be in that double pivot. And I think Unai Emery needs to learn that and readdress that situation. Youri Tielemans higher up the pitch alongside Ollie does not work, in my opinion. Youri Tielemans in the double pivot is where he needs to be. He needs to be dictating the game from there with Kamara alongside him. We need Rogers, we need Watkins, we need Ramsey all on the pitch in the attacking areas. And that is where I need to see Villa and Unai developing and progressing. But Leon Bailey, in real talk now, how it's not good enough. Again, there's no coincidence that Emi Buendia has come on and caught my eye more. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to think, is Emi Buendia genuinely a better option right now than Bailey? Buendia is quite simple. Buendia is someone who is thriving on the opportunity of getting any game time under Unai Emery. He's accepting who he is in the squad, and he's thriving on every minute. Every time Buendia is on that pitch, he's running hard, he's pressing, his quality of pass is good, and there's passion. If you watch the Morgan Rogers goal, Buendia's off reeling off himself. He's reeling off himself in celebration. So there. West Ham fans, they might cry about the fact that it should never have been a corner, which gave us our equaliser. Yeah, but there's no VAR today. And sometimes it reminds you how beautiful the game is without VAR. And maybe, just maybe, sometimes we should have more games like that because it allowed it to flow. There was even that Esri concert incident with Lucas Paquetá, who, again, basically, if VAR was there, would have intervened, would have had a look, would have tried to give a foul. It was never a foul. But moments like that, West Ham may feel aggrieved with. But apart from that, Graham Potter side, getting them set ahead in the 9th minute, they should have much controlled that game better. I can't believe how West Ham let that game slip away from them, especially the way Villa performed in that first half. And that is where West Ham will be angry with themselves. They should have killed Villa in the first half. They didn't. And what was really resounding to me is that Villa went in at half-time with 0 shots. Not even 0 shots on target, 0 shots. That's how crap Villa were. And so my one criticism and one concern carrying on with Villa is that we cannot keep being this side who allow teams a head start in the first half, because better teams will score 3 or 4 against us. A team like Liverpool could go and score 2 or 3 against us if we continue playing like that in the first half, and then we've got a mountain to climb up. Luckily, West Ham weren't clinical. Luckily, West Ham weren't a threat, and we got away with it. So it's an interesting one in that sense. Villa have to address this first half problem, and it needs to be addressed quickly. Ezri Konsa, again, I just want to touch on him, and you may or may not agree, but I am worried about the impact that Ezri Konsa moving from right back to centre back to right back to centre back is having on his positional awareness. Because once again, I feel like he gets caught out for the West Ham goal from Paquetá. I feel like Ezri Konsa can't find his rhythm at centre half, but I do believe he does enjoy playing with Tyrone Mings. I do feel like Ezri Konsa feels at ease and at best with Tyrone Mings. We've also had Robin Olsen in goal today, which always puts nerves into the side and the fans. Yes, he couldn't do anything about the goal. There are a few moments, especially with Robin Olsen coming for corners, that sent our heart flying. He really, really puts a lot of nerves on that defence when he comes flapping for the ball and Flappy birding it down into the path of West Ham players. That wasn't convincing enough for me from Robin Olsen. I still think we should be moving him on and giving Joe Gauchi more game time. So let's see which goalkeeper does end up moving, or if both move, in January. But I want to go back to, again, my man Unai Emery, because today I think the gaffer needs more credit again. The gaffer needs credit because, number one, he has picked a strong side today and not taken this FA Cup lightly. Number two, his in-game substitutes. Game after game, Unai, without fail, is bringing on the best players at the right times and the right moments. When we think Unai should be bringing the subs on, he's not doing it. Yet he somehow has this knack of just getting it right. You go back to Leicester last game where he brings on Maatsen, who gets the assist for the winning goal. Today, Ramsey and Buendia completely change the dynamic and flow of the game. He rests Luca Dean. He doesn't force Maatsen off, who's having a good game. Just little tweaks and little things like that from Unai are really catching my eye this season. And I think it is the players who are letting him down in the first half. I think the players are significantly letting down Unai Emery in the first half now. The more I think about it, Unai's doing his bit at halftime. He's doing his in-game management. It's down to those players when they first half stepping up, giving us more. Morgan Rogers shone in that second half. And again, I will keep saying it. Aston Villa play well when Morgan Rogers plays well. His goal was brilliant. Watkins' role in that goal as well, superb from Ollie Watkins. Whether you like it or not, for me, Watkins is just one of those players you need on that pitch. You need in that final third. You need that man to create, to run, to hurry, to try and create something out of nothing. The only thing you can say about Watkins is he just needs that goal now. He needs that goal in open play to just calm himself again. But Villa, 4th round of the FA Cup, boom. Premier League, we're trying to get in reach of Chelsea. We're 4 points off them in the Premier League. Good. Champions League, we're sitting pretty. We're in that top 8. We look comfortable. Overall, Villa fans, we've still got a big season ahead of us. And it's down to that group of players now. How bad do they want it? How bad do they want top 4? How bad do they want to go on an FA Cup run? How bad can they keep us in the Champions League? All of that, for me, comes down to the players now. Because I think my man Unai is doing everything in his power to set them up for success. Whether you agree or not, I'm interested to know your thoughts. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, comment, all that good stuff. See you for more content up the bloody Villa. We're out of here. Ta-da!